Greetings guys and gals, this is Jabberwock bringing you the best in esports. Today we have Starcraft 2, the CSL. This is going to be CSU versus CU set 4. CU is up 2-1 on CSU. At the bottom right corner on Shakuras Plateau, we have the blue Zergy RipTide, and at the bottom left we have SwordxShield, or SwordxShield, as the yellow Terran player. And so first set we dropped, second set we won, the 2v2 we dropped, which RipTide was in, and now we have set 4. So if we lose this, if CSU loses this, then it is over, it is done. It's a 3-1 victory for CSU, but if we win, we go to the ace match, and I have no idea who our ace player is going to be, so we're just going to have to see that extractor trick for RipTide early on. Very nice. And it's kind of funny how the Korean players go for extractor trick, overlord on 10, and overlord on 10, and then extractor, and then the European players go for overlord on 9, no extractor trick. Just kind of a little deviation between builds there, and no one really knows which one's better. I think that if someone did the exact same thing and did some experiments, they could definitely find out, but I just think people are lazy. Maybe someone's found out which one is better. Who knows? No buildings yet out for RipTide, so I'm assuming that he's going to go for something like a 14 pool, 14 hatch. That drone is out there, so we do see the 14 hatch go down, and this SCV just scouting fairly early. Honestly, I don't like drone scouting. I just don't like drone scouting. Drones are just so important in Zerg play, and you know, that extra minerals definitely helps, but it can definitely help you to scout as well. Early expansion going down for SwordxShield without even scouting. Whoa, going for like a 14cc or something like that. That is absolutely crazy. If RipTide would have rushed or done anything like a, even if he would have done like a 14 pool and sent some Zerglings out, sent like 6 Zerglings out, he would have been in a very good position. But now, I think he might possibly be a little bit behind, just because the Terran player is going to have the same amount of bases as him. And unfortunately, I don't think this is going to be very good for RipTide. But you know, RipTide definitely can come back for this, so it's not yet over. Obviously, nothing has really gone down, no blood has been spilt. That SCV and that drone just kind of chilling there, and actually, very nice job, freaking RipTide, doing exactly what you need to do, expanding. Very nice. I like that play a lot. This is almost like a Forge Fast expand in Brood War, or even a 14cc. Sometimes the Zerg players double expand, but much more like the Forge Fast expand play. And so now we're going to see 2 expansions for RipTide. Let's see if he has the macro to keep up, because if he does, he's going to be at a very good position. Orbital Command Center now just going down for SwordxShield, and he's going for something like a 3-Rex, making his wall pretty much undestructible by banelings or anything like that. Doesn't want to get baneling rushed at the very least, and all these can lift up, so he's going to be in a very good position. Although this is going to really suck when he has to build something like an add-on, which are not going to obviously fit, so he's going to have to kind of rearrange this wall in the later part. I don't believe, has he seen this expansion? No, he doesn't see this expansion, so he doesn't know that the expansion is going up, Spineclaw going up out the front, and SwordxShield has picked up that Xel'Naga Watchtower. But freaking A, man, this is going to be a crazy macro-oriented game. We do see both refineries going down, just for that extra gas. Another extractor going down. Oh, no, just kidding. Evolution Chamber going down for RipTide. So I think that what he's afraid of, he's afraid of Banshees, which is very viable. And still, I don't think the scout... Let's see. Oh, he now sees the creep. But he cannot see that expansion as of yet, and if he's not really paying attention, then it's going to be bad for him. But honestly, a thing of purple right there, you're going to know that there's an expansion. So he's definitely going to know. Marines now out for SwordxShield, and a few Zerglings, just a few Zerglings. The Zergling moving in, running up there, and kind of seeing those 3 barracks going up. So doing a very nice job. And he's low. See, I don't know about that play. I don't know about that play. He saw that there were barracks there, but he's going for banelings. I really think that maybe something along the lines of Ling and Muta would have been a little bit better, because then he could definitely take advantage of the harassments here. Kind of go behind here. Go behind here. I mean, there's definitely enough space right there. So I think Ling Muta might have been a little bit better. But on 3 bases, you can go baneling Ling Muta. So he might definitely be okay. Oh, double eBay. I'm reading the chat kind of now. Where is this double eBay? Oh, double eBay going up for Sword and Shield. So he's definitely going to want to get his upgrades. And we see that Metabolic Boost as well as +1 Carapace is being researched by the Zergy RipTide there. And I don't know why, but Day9 just got me hooked on saying Zergy. I'll try to stop that, because it actually kind of annoys me when he says Zergy, and I don't know why I say that. But anyways, we have the Tech Lab going down on those barracks. So 6 barracks play from the Terran player. He's just going to go all Bio Ball, which is absolutely crazy. Probably should upgrade Stim as well as that Combat Shield. Has not yet. Now is doing so, and is going to destroy these Destructible Rocks. Going to make an immediate path. Uh-oh, he's gonna go this way, and I don't know. Well, he does have an Overlord there, so that's very, very nice. I think that he sees this, possibly. He sees that the health is going down. Now moving that Overlord over there. Gonna get that Overlord out of the way, hightail it out of there, but he needs more units. He needs some banelings. Definitely needs some banelings for the time being. And I just gotta say, I don't know who's winning. I don't know who's winning. But another command center going down, and now Rock's finally being destroyed. Probably gonna put that command center right here. This is a very, very viable position. If he gets some baneling hits off, he could definitely just change the tide of the battle completely. Right now, they're pretty even. And now I'm thinking that baneling nest might not be such a bad idea. Actually, a pretty good idea to get that baneling nest. If he would have moved in, if he has the hooks, if he's got the hooks, which he doesn't. But if he did have the hooks scan going down, I'm going to see all those Zerglings as well as the baneling nest. Uh-oh. I'm assuming that pretty soon Sword and Shield is going to switch into Marauders. But at the same time, whoa, both armies just separated by these small rocks there. And tons of banelings morphing in. Tons of banelings morphing in. We're going to see how well he's able to pull off this attack. We do see on the production tab really no more units, just 4 more Marines. The factory's going up as well, but a ton of banelings going up. Needs to make sure he doesn't waste the banelings on those rocks though. And pretty much the Terran player, Sword and Shield, is kind of ready for this attack and scans, and ooh, needs to be careful not to get picked off. I think that maybe, oh wow, we have a trust fund, but I think that RipTide definitely should expand, and it looks like he might just be going all in for the base here. Definitely might be going all in for the base, leaving his main pretty much unguarded, sending one Zergling to possibly pretend that he is going in here, but if he scans, he's going to know that all those forces are not there. More banelings morphing in, and this could definitely be the turn of the tide, trying to pick up this middle base here, doing a very, very nice job. And here comes the Terran player. Oh no, he's not going in. Does he realize? Does he see this? Does he see this? Might see this. Now the banelings are coming in. They're going to be able to take down this barracks. They do take down both of the barracks, and now the banelings and the Zerglings are in the base. They're going to be able to do tons of damage, and I think that the Terran player, not the Marine player, the Terran player, Sword and Shield, is going to have to back up here, but just losing so much. Needs to keep those banelings alive, kind of using them on that orbital command. Not the best use of those Zerglings. The Zerglings are going to have to back up now. The Marines have come back, but banelings busting on all of those Marines, but just not enough forces. And that was pretty significant attack. Almost got the orbital command destroyed. Might forget to repair. If he forgets to repair, that's going to be absolutely terrible. Don't forget to repair that. That would be absolutely terrible if you're the Terran player. But tanks not coming out. I don't know why he said tanks. Maybe he's getting... Oh, there's the tanks. Just kidding. Tanks coming out for the Terran player, and this is just an absolute crazy game. Those banelings are going to be not as effective versus those tanks, but more banelings morphing in regardless. Now repairing that orbital command. Whew! Thought he was just going to let that die. And now I don't really know who's up, to be completely honest. I don't know who's ahead. Both players now at 3 bases, which is going to be a little bit advantageous for the Terran player, but a lot of damage was done in this vicinity. And those Marines, man, those Marines are just so soft. We now see Hellions probably going to get that blue flame upgrade, I'm assuming, soon-ish time. We do see the siege tanks probably going to siege and do, you know, just works of damage, probably sending an overlord or some drones over there just to scout. Does he see the tanks? He does see the tank at that base, and another freaking Baneling bus coming in for the Zergy player, and sees how many barracks are. There's still 3 barracks there, as well as all those factories, so that's going to be kind of bad. The Terran player, SwordxShield, is going to have to back up there, repairing the barracks. He doesn't really want to use all these Banelings, but really, man, 4,000 minerals. Ooh, that's painful. Just expand everywhere. Just expand everywhere. Just expand everywhere. And then you would be good. But now we do see those siege tanks going up. He does have siege mode, so probably could siege at that point. There still is a significant amount of forces over here, and he's really going to be able to split his forces up and attack on 2 ways. Now we see, you know, more hatches going down for the Zerg player, doing a very, very nice job of keeping the Terran player at bay, but really has built up the most, like, crazy trust fund I've never seen. 4K minerals. Honestly, that is just so many units. If he went, he could go for like super mass Zergling or super mass. I don't even know. He really doesn't. He has kind of enough gas for mutas, and mutas would definitely be good at this point in time, running in the Banelings and the mutas at the same time. But there's just so much forces here, especially with blue flame Hellions. Here come the Hellions coming in to attack, and ooh, that hurts. That definitely hurts. Sorry for that update there. This queen might get picked off. The drones are running away. Here come some of the Zerglings to do some attacking, but the siege line of these siege tanks is just going to pretty much deter this entire defense here. And then just more hatches morphing in, as one of the observers has just pinged. But unfortunately, I think it all comes down to the fact that he's got 4K saved up. 4K. 4K. That is absolutely ridiculous. If he didn't have that, if he would have expanded everywhere, he would have had just so much production. He would have had like the 600 food army, which would have been absolutely crazy. And what the 600 food army is pretty much like he could send in 200 food worth of Zerglings and then replenish them instantly, pretty much, into another 200, and then another 200. Which would obviously be 600. But yeah, the main for RipTide, unfortunately, is probably going to go down. And not really pulling SCVs for repair, not going to be able to get in here. Siege tanks sieged up at the front. I think this possibly might be it for RipTide, unfortunately. He's really not going to have production. Really never got off this Baneling play, unfortunately. I think if he would have teched to something like Hive, I mean, he definitely could have. He had enough resources to tech to Hive. If he would have teched to Hive, possibly gone something like Brood Lords, that would have been very, very effective, along with the Zerglings, in my opinion, because he would have been able to attack from afar, and then if the Marines try to go in, you know, just Zergling, Baneling right there. Here comes the mutas. Might be the last-ditch effort. Overlord's fleeing for their life, but the Terran is on an absolute relentless tear here. And I have to admit, RipTide definitely put up a valiant effort, a very, very valiant effort. Did a very nice job of containing and double expanding. I really wasn't expecting that. Doing a very, very nice job of expanding and just taking the Artosis rule to heart. But unfortunately, there's just too much here. There's just way too much. The Terran player's almost at max. Does have 3 bases. Surprised he hasn't expanded. He's also building a trust fund of his own. But in comparison to this, not quite what we usually see here. And siege tanks sieging up. There's so many Marines. So many Marines. He might try to go for a shroud. That could be the last thing that he could possibly do, is go first round. Units. Oh god, wow. You know, RipTide just has so many resources, but the units lost is absolutely insane. Just not the entirely right unit composition there. Staying on Baneling a little bit too long, and unfortunately, that's gonna be pretty much all she wrote. Once he loses his base, all his production is gonna go down. And I know that I've actually practiced with RipTide a ton, and we've been practicing very, very hard for these matches. But that's how it goes sometimes. as you'll see in set 1, or as you did see in set 1, I guess you could say. So here comes Baneling. He's going to be the last ditch effort, probably going to be killed off pretty much all by the tanks, but still doing a significant amount of damage, killing all of those Marines. But yeah, I'm assuming a GG pretty much anytime soon. So CSU falls to CU 3-1. GG. That's going to be it for me, guys. Thanks.